Perfect.
All right. Welcome to our evening meeting.
Close it out. Okay.
All right. Can we get someone to do our pledge of allegiance? Do we have any takers? Jack, would you like to lead us?
Hey man, you like taking me by surprise, man. All right, let's go.
All right.
uh, like, can I see the right top, please?
So you need to see the writing? You don't know about
Yeah.
art?
Okay.
Oh,
No.
it's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Okay. I pledge
So we
Pledge
keep
allegiance
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 to the
to the
to the
flag
flag
flag of the
of
of
the
the
United
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 States
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 of
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 America
America
America and
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 to
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 the
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 to the
republic
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 for which
for
it
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
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 stands
one
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 nation,
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 under
under
God,
under
God,
God,
independent,
indivisible,
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 with
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 liberty
liberty
and
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice
for
for
justice
all.
all.
for all.
Oh, not a problem, not a problem. Can we get someone to read our invocation, please?
I can do that.
Go
As we
ahead,
gather
Jack.
here, okay, as we gather here today as members of the Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful and of opportunities to render our services to fellow citizens and in our community, keeping in mind always that the enduring values of life exerting at our effort in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence, and let us continue to strive to make a better world.
Amen. All
Amen.
right, Miss Linda, can you do our vision statement?
Together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves.
Thank you, thank you. All right, let's try this again. Let's see if this works.
There's no sound.
Uh, sorry. Go back to it. Give me a sense of
We almost had it. It's not very loud.
all right.
No.
But you can see what we do.
Yeah.
1.2 million.
In that way. Edward, right now they're just showing a video. The sound's not working.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
about
fine.
Rotary International in Great Britain and Ireland, some of the projects that are being done.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the some of the members from a friend of ours club, they go down to Ukraine. They've been down there about 9 times in August.
Oh, wow.
And they take food down there, and
Mhm.
when they show in the video, there the alarms and everything are going off. And I think he just left for another trip, and I
Ooh.
don't know if it's this week or next week, but maybe Thursday that he's going to be showing a video of one of his trips to Ukraine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right now, they're talking about the food banks and helping people. They're repairing somebody's house.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, fine. We'll go. We'll go this way.
But yes, so I want to introduce more videos from Rotary into our meetings. And our Rotary support theme is basic education and literacy. Do anybody have any ideas to support this theme for this month?
I don't know about the literacy.
Yeah, basic education and literacy, like any programs, any fundraiser ideas that you may have. I know, Mr. Howard, you do the speed reading. That's a great one we could do for this month.
Yeah, well, I do it for a lot of clubs. I speak at a lot of clubs.
Okay,
Yeah,
Edward.
there's so much you can do.
Edward Howard has the Guinness record for the world's fastest speed reader at
Okay.
20,000 words a minute.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And he's in Florida.
So he reads books that quickly, or
Yes.
man, you ever tried to read a braille book that fast?
No, no, I had a client though who was a braille instructor who was also visually impaired, but she did classical music by memorization. She would play
Yes.
like Mozart and Beethoven, the whole thing
Oh,
from
nice.
memory.
Yeah, I used to be a bass player in the symphony.
And she told me that there's a speed reading system that's tactile for blind people. That there's some kind of system that they have. I don't know the name of it, but there actually is a system. I don't know it, but I could see where tactily there'd be certain words like the and then that
Oh,
would
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll briefly discuss that later. Yes.
yeah. And she said
Yeah,
that
it
yeah,
basically makes the braille where it's not as hard to read or big. Of course, nowadays we have a lot more technology, and I'll talk about that.
sure.
All right, so we had our award ceremony last week. Ms. Jericho, would you like to? She's not available.
I
Well,
think
we
she'll.
pretty much did pretty well. As you can see, as a small club, we are very mighty in 5810. We took home possibly 8 awards. As you can see here, we did one for children advocacy. We did a club service award. We actually got a Rising Star Award for Mr. David.
You got the Star Award.
So, yeah,
Mhm.
so we're going to bring
You
that
got
to him in.
a
He
Star
got some
Award.
champagne as well.
Mm.
So, yeah, we definitely did pretty well. Outstanding president, we got for Jericho. Assistant governor, we got for Jericho. Among some other things. And then we had a few people who got nominated for some awards. So keep up the great work. We want more and more people to have attention on our club. So we want our people to be, the leaders for that. So hopefully next year we have an even bigger turnout or even the same results. Because this is our best year ever so far when it comes down to awards.
I agree. And you guys, it really comes down to documenting our time in Rotary International and taking the time to fill out the award forms. So I really commend us for doing a great job of recognizing ourselves and putting us in the basket. And it was really quite an honor to be recognized.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and plus it was good to see everyone give honor to each other, and I think the
Mhm.
best part was they knew we were so small, but they kept seeing us go back and forth up there. They were like, "Oh wow, they up there again, again? Oh
Yeah.
wow, so y'all putting in the work." I'm like, "Yeah, we might be small, but we do our thing."
Yep.
We're mighty. We may be small,
Absolutely.
but we're
Indeed.
mighty.
All right, so going to the next one, Ms. Linda, you want to talk more about this, or would you like to pass it over?
I think I'll pass it over and let Edward talk about White Cane Day when
All
he
right.
does his presentation.
Okay, so we'll save that. So we do have White Cane Day coming up. We're gonna let Mr. Edward talk about that later on, and we're gonna keep going. So let's go to the next one. Birthdays. Do we have any other birthdays outside of Miss Elliott on the 18th?
September 18th. Happy birthday, Linda.
I made
Happy
sure to
you.
put that in my calendar.
birthday! So do we have any other birthdays? All right, if not, we'll keep going. Any anniversaries? This is a new computer, so I didn't get all the information. If you're celebrating a Rotary birthday or anniversary, let us know, and then I'll highlight that throughout the week. All right, we'll keep it going. Keep it going. Any other announcements?
Yeah, we have our potluck coming up.
All
Uh,
right.
Jack, you want to talk about the potluck?
Yeah, I would love to talk about that. But before I proceed, I want to introduce somebody in the house. Somebody I invited all the way from Nigeria, and is right here with
It's
us
not
on the
Thanksgiving.
floor too. Her name is Tina. You know, uh, Can we locate her?
Welcome.
Can we locate her anywhere and bring her on screen?
A gallery option.
Oh, okay. Just don't worry about it.
Well, I'm
Mhm.
going
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, let her introduce herself. If she's Tina, go
Looks
ahead
like
and
she's on
introduce
mute.
yourself.
Okay. Edward is looking forward to your rice, Jack.
Oh, of course.
Uh, all right. So the potluck that is coming up on the 27th of this month, we have a lot of things lined up to make it more entertaining. And with the girls that will be coming, we intend to entertain them and make them feel more comfortable with it. We're going to do some changes this time around. We're not just going to do exactly what we do the other time. There's going to be some changes. And I discussed with Linda the other time, there's something we call the Rotary Box, which is going to be part of the whole activities for the day. And what is that Rotary Box all about? We're just going to pass around this box and everyone is going to pick. And whatever you pick is what you're going to do for us. Maybe you might pick like dance for us and we'll play music and you dance for us. We might say, okay, recite something about the Rotary. You do that. So it's all about the Rotary. It's all about the activity of the Rotary. So we tend to use that as part of the whole activity to make the day much better.
Here's all the salary. Also, we have a guest coming to our picnic. He's also been with Envision, and he plays the guitar and sings. So he's going to bring his guitar. And so we'll have some entertainment too.
Who is that?
James Gomez, James and Sonia.
Okay.
Who worked out in printing.
Michael.
Oh,
Michael Tomaz.
I've always called him James. It's
Yeah.
Michael. Okay. Michael and Sonia.
Yeah.
So we'll have
All
some
right. So,
entertainment.
Miss Linda, would you like to introduce Mr. Edward?
Okay, it's my pleasure to introduce Edward Alonso. He stepped in for us at the last minute last night. He agreed with a little arm twisting, I think. I always twist arms. But he's passionate about empowering individuals with vision loss through technology and training, helping them unlock new levels of independence and confidence. And I'll let him go ahead and say the rest. He and his wife Keela has just been promoted to work in the early education childhood center, and she's very artistic. And I with her on the first Mondays of every first Fridays of every month to help her with her artwork, sculptures and whatever. So it's my pleasure to introduce Edward. Go ahead, Edward.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak this afternoon. And so a little bit about myself. I started working at Envision in 2021. I was working in the manufacturing department. Envision's known for making products for the military and the Air Force. And so we make all different kinds of products. There are about 70% of the people that work for Envision are blind or low vision. And in that process of working for them, I decided to fill out an application. There was a job offer for a technology instructor, also within the company. And another instructor was departing, and they needed a person to fill that role. So I was actually one of the people that applied in 2023. So in 2023, in that summer, I applied for that position, and I was still working in the manufacturing department. I had filled just about every role there that we were allotted to do. So it was a great time for me to make a transition and actually go in and work in this new role. But in the process of doing that, we had to become certified by the state of Texas to work with our clients that are part of the Texas Workforce Commission. So in that process, before I started applying for this job, while I was still working a regular week, I was taking the um, proficiency tests to become a certified assistive technology trainer through the Assistive Technology Unit in Austin, Texas. So once I got my certifications, I was still applying for the job and still doing that at the same time. When I found out I got the job in September, I'm sorry, August of 2023, I then was able to start working as a certified technology trainer. And so now what I do is nothing like manufacturing. It's a completely different setup. We are more in the what we call the Services and EVRC Clinic, which stands for the Envision Rehabilitation Clinic. Um, and all the good that we do, all the outsourcing and sources that we do, are to better the lives for those that are blind or low vision. So on the VR side, which is the vocational rehab side, we do the work for clients that are with the Texas Workforce Commission that are trying to go back to work. So if you are 55 and younger or 54 and younger, and you're starting to lose your vision and you'd like to go back to work, you can come in as a Texas Workforce client and be able to do the lessons that we provide for learning computers. Once you do that, if it's something on your phone related, we can start teaching you how to do that. The way it starts out for me is I bring a client in that is 54 and younger, or 55 and younger, and we start working with them on what's called a baseline assessment. So we bring these clients in, they do an assessment based on what kind of skills do they have? Have they ever worked in an office? Were they a mouse or a keyboard user? Have they ever used a screen reader before? What is their vision like? Can they see me standing across the room from them? What kind of goals do they want to get out of the classes? Because that's, of course, very important. You can teach all day long, but if they're not getting what they need to get, then we need to modify the curriculum to get them what they need. So that is the VR side for going back to work. The 55 and older side is called the older individuals with blindness. And these people are also going through the state of Texas with the Texas Workforce Commission program. However, they're on the what we call the OIB or older individuals with blindness side, and they are there to learn to be more independent in life. So not only do we have assistive technology trainers at the EVRC, we have independent living skills trainer. We have an orientation and mobility instructor, which teaches the white cane, which we'll talk about in just a moment. We have a occupational therapist and an ophthalmologist. I'm sorry, an optometrist. Thank you. So we have all that as part of the Envision Rehabilitation Clinic. So we are able to refer these clients to these different departments that we have. And we have people that are able to take on those roles of teaching or doing that particular role with that particular client. So we might have the occupational therapist get a client that comes in and she says, oh, this client would really benefit from some accessibility, some access technology training. So she refers them to me. If this client is not a Texas Workforce client, we try to get them involved as a Texas Workforce client. If that's not the case, they can also become what we call a private pay client, or we do have some financial assistance for clients that do qualify under that particular program. So once there's several different routes that you can take to get these different services. Only a few of them of the services that we provide are done by insurance. So we have just a few. I believe that occupational therapy and the optometrist is the only two that are insurance related. Anything related to orientation and mobility, assistive technology, and independent living skills training is not through insurance. So that has to be funded either through the Texas Workforce Commission, or it has to be funded through any kind of financial assistance, which that is determined by our front desk and manager. So that is basically a condensed version. Does anybody have any questions up to this point before I start talking about White Cane Day?
Yes, I have a question. Now you mentioned the Texas Workforce Commission, and I want to know what was your experience navigating through that.
So I was a client of the Texas Workforce Commission when I studied to get my certification. So I actually know, and I've been blind my entire life. So I should have probably said that right at the beginning. So I have been involved with the Texas Workforce Commission and its different entities for many years. And so they, it is a process when you go in and you're actually dealing with the counselors. For me, I wanted to go in, of course, and become a trainer. So I actually took my own courses. They got me a computer and everything for me to be able to do that. And that's what these clients are doing. They're especially the people that are going back to work and that kind of thing. They are getting them computers and such so that they can learn to be productive in life. A lot of my caseload, I've got probably about 200 people on my caseload, not all active cases, but 200 people on there. And I'd say within maybe 150 of those are um, older individuals, and probably about 50 of them are VR. So the VR process is where you go in, you have an assessment, uh, you have a somebody come in and they give you an assessment.
And the jacks.
Um, So when they do that, then they have a meeting with the counselor, and the counselor says, "Okay, we're going to take you to an evaluation center, and uh, you're going to be able to get evaluated on this different technology." So what they do is they send you down to an evaluation center. The evaluation centers are in Austin and or Fort Worth. They have one. We're actually fixing to start becoming an evaluation center at Envision Dallas, so that's really exciting.
Oh, that's
And
not wonderful.
yeah, so they evaluate you on this technology, and then the employment assistance specialist gets you into that realm of technology, whatever you need. So it might be a CCTV, which is like a magnifier. It might be a screen reader. It might be a magnification software for the computer. It might be a number of different types of talking book programs. And what we do is once they get that evaluation, then they come back to us and get the training to be able to access that technology so that they can continue forward.
Oh, thank you very much for that.
Absolutely. Any more questions?
Can you tell us about some of the other fields out in the manufacturing, like working for the state of Texas, the military uniforms?
Yes, so they have the Army Combat Unit trousers, which are a part of the military. So they have that. They also have, they make all the products for TxDOT, any kind of things that you see out on the road, any kind of uniform or anything that TxDOT has. Um, it's been a while since I've actually been out to the manufacturing floor. So they have who makes those? So we have a sewing department, of course, that does all the sewing for the Army Combat Unit trousers, and they just started a new contract with they're making hand warmers. Where are those going to? The Air Force? Army, okay. Um, so they have quite a few contracts with them, and then of course we also have our eyeglass cases department. Those go to the Air Force and the military. We have the vinyl department, which they do binders for the Air Force. There's a paper-based department. They do a lot of stuff for the military. So the contracts are mostly government issued. They're trying to locate, more different types of work so that they can actually get away from government contracts. Things with the government are not exactly what I'd call stable at this point. There's a lot of uncertainty in the economy right now, so jobs are, with the government they're pretty few and far between. So it's really important that we make sure and keep those relationships open, and hopefully the management and everything with the company will be able to make that happen. So it is a great company to work for if you are blind or visually impaired and you want to ever come out and take a tour, or anybody that is. Definitely be willing to get that set up for you. Another thing that we're doing on top of the manufacturing side, so that's the thing about Envision. It's got several different balls in the air. But the Early Childhood Development Center, which is just opened this month, is starting out, and they take children from what, 0 to 5,
Yes.
and they take all kids that are blind or visually impaired, and then I think they're also going to be doing sighted kids as well. So any kind of special needs kids. So if you guys know anybody that might need that kind of environment, please pass that along. Linda's got our contact information, and she'd be happy to give that to you. So they are looking for they're open now, and they're looking for people to come in and be a part of their center. So if you guys have any kids or know anybody that has kids or know anybody that would benefit from that, please make sure that you let them know. So that's a new thing that we have started, and so it's hopefully going to become a really profitable thing for Envision, so that that they can grow that as well. So there's a lot really going on. There's a lot of like I said, a lot of balls up in the air, a lot of really great things happening. I've been with the company. Well, in October we'll be starting my 5th year. So it's really exciting that things have really changed so much. When my wife and I decided to move here, we decided to do that for the good of our kids and ourselves, and we wanted to make sure that we actually had the ability to become promoted within the company. Of course, you really don't know if that's going to happen when you first start working for another company. But she and I were actually within almost 2 years of each other, able to both promote ourselves. She in the Early Childhood Development Center, and myself as a trainer. And so we really feel like we fulfilled our role, and it's only going to get better from here. So it's really exciting to be a part of that community. I have personally met a lot of really wonderful people. Like Linda was talking about, Mr. Tomaz, the guy that you guys were talking about. He and I know each other not super super well, but he's in a totally different department. But I've really gotten to know a lot of really great people. And of course, in my role as a trainer, I see all kinds of people. I've worked with people that are 96 years old all the way down to a 17-year-old. So I've worked with all different kinds of people. I've worked with all different kinds of eye diseases. Diabetes is a real big one, Stargardt's disease, and of course, RP, which is retinitis pigmentosa. So those are really big things that cause blindness. Blindness is they were saying, talking today about on the news about diabetes, and they said, by 2030, 2050, I think it's going to be really rampant if we're not careful. And it's something that people really need to worry about, because I every time I turn around, I see new people coming into the clinic, and we get people that are coming in that are younger and younger, and they're having more vision problems and that kind of thing. So it's really really important that you try and take care of yourself as much as possible, and make sure that you do what you can. Make sure if you're on insulin, make sure you take it regularly. I've got clients that are veterans. I've worked with the VA Association. And those are some super nice people. I really enjoy doing that. We actually go and see clients in their homes. So maybe they don't feel comfortable getting out in the traffic and that kind of thing. We'll actually go when they schedule an appointment in our clinic. We'll actually go out to their home and work with them on a one-to-one basis. So all the clients I see, I work on a one-to-one basis. There's only one program, and I will talk a little bit about this. The Senior Keys to Independence program, which is a week-long program that the Texas Workforce Commission also does. They select people from all around the state, so we have had people as far up as Amarillo, Texas, come all the way down here. Lubbock, Texas is a real popular one. We've had some from Canyon. We've had some over from Tyler, Texas, over in East Texas. So there's a really great big group of people that have come in all throughout the state. We've been doing it for over a year now. I think we've been doing it about 15 months. And that is a program where people come in and they get invited to come in for a week, and they basically take a mini course on everything from independent living skills, orientation, mobility, assistive technology, and they also even get to see the optometrist so that she can recommend some different devices for them based on their vision needs. So that is something that we also do. It gives people a real sense of purpose, a real sense of independence. Sometimes we will get local people, meaning that they live in or around the area. So what they do is they put them up in a hotel for a week. I think they start on Sunday. It's usually once a month we have one, so they'll start out on Sunday. They come to visit us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They have a little graduation. That's always fun because there's always great food there, and you know me, I'm all about food, so that's a good thing for me. But then we have the White Cane Walk this year, and it is going to be at the Dallas Zoo October 18th.
18.
So, yeah, that's going to be really cool. If you don't see me on the outside looking the cages, I'm probably in one of those. Somebody probably threw me in there, and that's probably where I'll probably belong. So, if you see me in there, you'll definitely know what's going on. Oh, thank you. So yeah, so there's a lot of really great stuff coming in. It is it is definitely a really cool thing. I have been a white cane user since I was a wee tiny thing. My dad actually still owns one of my little tiny canes. The old canes back in my younger days were very straight. They had a shepherd's hook crook on the top, and they don't make them like that anymore. I don't think. I was talking to an O&M instructor that actually works in the um, what does Abby do? The mission department, like the marketing. And I said, I was telling her about him. Well, she's just a young thing, and I said, well, that was like 35 40 years ago, maybe even more, that I used a cane and you weren't even thought of yet. And I was telling her what they were like and how heavy they were and everything. But I have, grown to use a white cane and still do. And it is a major tool, even as simple as it is to get around. I use it 7 days a week. I don't use it in my home if I'm familiar with a location. Like a home. I usually don't. I am familiar with my work location, but I do find it necessary to use it at work because it's a much bigger location. So I actually do use it at work every single day. So I choose to use a straight white cane. They have a lot of different models. They have some that fold up into a small package. They have some that are telescoping, which telescope into themselves, sort of like a antenna. I don't think cars have antennas anymore, but if they do, they don't go up and down like they used to. Actually, that was always the fun part to hear the antenna go down when people would turn their car off. But they would telescope, so there's that kind. But the National Federation of the Blind actually allows people to get a free cane from them twice a year, I think it is. And these are the canes that I choose to use. For years, I used folding canes. And of course, when I was growing up, I had the big straight cane. But I have recently transitioned over to this very lightweight carbon fiber cane, and I like it a lot. So it is really nice to be able to have that. I feel free. If I want to get off here after I get off the meeting and go for a walk, I grab my cane and go. I don't have to think about anything like that. Transportation for blind people is not always the easiest, which is great for these Zoom meetings. We can just pop on and we don't have to worry about getting a ride somewhere. Although If it's going to be food related, I'm going to be there. I'll make sure if I have to take a horse and buggy, I'm going to get there. So definitely no worries about that. Any questions?
You might mention at White Cane Day, as part of our volunteers, we help guide you through the walk. I will be walking through the zoo, I've been told. So it's
Okay.
not just walking around the parking lot. So I have, for the last 4 or 5 years, David and I have assisted people to just guide them. They just hold on to your arm, and it's really easy. And it's so when you come out to White Cane Day, be prepared to assist somebody. Also, is Keela with you?
She is. She's having dinner right now. Huh?
Oh, she is. Okay. And we're losing you. You're started going off the camera a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
That's
got
okay.
my phone plugged in. So,
Okay,
um,
there. Now you're good.
yeah, I
Okay.
was just gonna say too, Linda, that Keela and I were talking about how you and I first met. When we were transitioning over to the new building, we had to get a bunch of volunteers to assist in basically what Miss Linda was just talking about. And Linda was one of the ones that was there. And so we got to talking, and she knew a colleague that worked for Envision Dallas, Blake Lindsay, who is unfortunately no longer with us.
And Jennifer is on the line tonight.
Yes. And so when I knew that she knew Blake, I said, "Oh well, then Linda's going to be a friend of mine." And well, I'm here, so I must still be a friend. But yeah, y'all come to White Cane Day. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really think, like I said, that people they don't understand the cane enough, and I think it's really important that people do. It's not just something that we drag around.
That says
We
what?
actually use it, to give us so much sensory information. So it is a big thing. But it's part of Envision. It's part of what we stand for. It's part of our mission. And so, if there's ever any kind of question about what we do or what we can do to help you, or anybody that's in your family or any kind of friends, don't hesitate to talk to Linda, and she will get you in contact with us to see what we can do. So I really appreciate you guys taking your evening and letting me speak on behalf of the person that wasn't here today. So thank you, Linda, for letting me come in and take you guys time for a little while.
Well,
And
David would like to say something.
of course,
Okay, we spent several hundred hours at Envision.
you have.
I think the people, the blind people, appreciated it, but the thing I think they appreciated the most was our being there showed we cared about them.
Exactly. I
Understand
remember
what
Linda
we
got a
were
nice,
doing,
yeah,
what
Linda
we
got a
did.
nice award a couple
David and I
months
both
back.
did. Yeah, David and I
And
both did. And then
did you not?
y'all both got awards and went to Washington D.C. for outstanding employees, I think.
We did. We got my wife and I received Employee of the Year in 2024. There were two different awards, and you can look them up. If you type that in, Envision Employee of the Year 2024, you'll be able to see some really great pictures too. I actually had a shirt and tie on, I think, that day. So yeah, it was good if I dress like that. Keela had a dress on too, so that's not an everyday thing for us. But
This
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Edward, this is Jerica. I kind of learned quite a bit with Jennifer and Blake because I've never been around vision impaired people, and so I didn't understand. Like when I was talking to you in the introduction, I said, "Oh yes, I remember seeing you at this event. I look forward to seeing you at that event." Is that kind of rude? Is that I don't know what is the right proper terminology for
Well,
greeting?
let me tell you right off the bat, seeing is not a word that you should be afraid of. So we speak to people just like anybody speaks to anybody. So we go and we go see movies. We go and we go to the store. We go shopping. We do all that stuff. So there's nothing. First of all, there's nothing different that anybody should be telling you otherwise. If they are, then they need to be corrected because the case is we are just blind people. We're not different people. We're just
Right.
blind people that don't have any vision. So I'll give you a perfect example. So the other day, we were standing in the parking lot waiting on a car. There, I unplugged my phone. Hopefully that's better. Um, and we were waiting on an Uber to come pick us up. Well, when it got there, my wife walked out. She has a guide dog, and there was a lady that was just super insistent uh, that there was a car there, and I guess she thought, I don't know really what she thought. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what people are thinking in these situations, but she was just absolutely worried that my wife was going to get run over by this car. Well, if my wife didn't feel safe, I mean, she's been blind for a long time, so if she didn't feel safe walking out in that area, she wouldn't have done that. But the way the lady approached it was like, oh, you might be 3 years old and you might get hurt by this car. And she was kind of like, I'm perfectly fine. I don't need your assistance. But you have to understand that if we say that, we're not being rude. We're just saying that we don't need it. That doesn't mean we might not need it another time. Hey, a car just pulled up. Is this a green such and such car? Yeah, it is. Okay, thank you. And you get in it and go on.
Yeah.
So, it just happened to be one of those situations where this lady just happened to be coming out. I mean, it was just one of those things. I have had Uber drivers insist on walking me from my driveway to my door. Well, I've been doing that for a long time in this house. I don't need the assistance of that. And if I say I'm perfectly fine, I don't need it, thank you, have a nice day, that's a pretty good invitation that I don't need help with that. Don't take it literally. Just say, okay, I'm fine. So you can watch if you want. I can't stop you from doing that, but I'm gonna definitely get up there. So if you guys ever have any kind of questions like that, Linda's got my number. Please pass it on, Linda, and I'm
I
happy
appreciate
to.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I
I'm
always want
happy
to
to
be
answer any of
respectful
that.
and,
Sure,
I mean, you guys have become good friends of the club and excited about our
absolutely.
partnership. So I want to be always be respectful and know the
Yes,
mannerisms.
Well,
yes.
even when
Well,
we leave there or whenever they say, we'll see you, and then I had a
yeah,
video of my niece's tortoise, and he said, well, send it to me. Now, he
yeah,
wanted to have the video. I
yeah.
used to
Why
lose my
not?
phone again. He'll have a picture.
I can't believe the thing's 50 pounds. That's a big turtle.
It's a tortoise.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we do appreciate you, and there's so much out there. If you all have a chance, they're open till 5 o'clock. We can come out and do the art and sculpture
Oh,
thing on the
yes. My
first
wife's
Friday
really big
that
into that. She's
Sheila
a big art
is very
person.
active, and then on the third Friday is bingo, and Mercedes has been out there, and so is Chris. And anyway, it's really fun to help them. You go help them get their prizes. Sometimes
And we're sponsoring in November.
Yes, that's going to be exciting.
And I added the a turkey club sandwich sound to you.
Well, I eat just about anything, so you're not going to go wrong with none of that.
Okay. Well, we had heard that y'all are sort of getting tired of pizza all the time.
I don't go to the bingo all the time because
I
it's
know
actually
you
during
don't.
my work day, but
That's true.
I get there when I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But
Keela doesn't come, and she could, but she waits. She goes on home.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
They have to be
But
at work at 7 in the morning. So
she'll be there. She'll be there for the November one when you guys are here, I'm sure.
okay, you
Perfect.
Yeah.
And,
You think I'm gonna miss
Anyway,
out on a good old sandwich?
anyway, Mr. Edward, I just want to take this opportunity to let you know you're still going to have the same recipe you had the other time at our potluck.
Oh my gosh, that was delicious. I ate on it for a week. It was so good. It was
Oh,
so
yes.
good. Yes, sir. But we gotta share though. We can't hog it all.
Yeah, sure.
well, Dave will have his sausage chili dogs or whatever, and we'll have the boiled. We'll
We're
have.
bringing something too. Whatever Keela whips up, that's
Oh,
not
she's
my
gonna do a
department.
banana pudding, I think she said.
Okay. Well,
And then
it'll
we'll
be.
have boiled shrimp cocktail,
Mmm.
and we're thinking of something else to bring.
And some lemonade.
Lemonade, we'll have that.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's so exciting. Is
I
this
don't
the
think
first time
anybody-
you guys have met again since that last time?
Well,
No,
we
we met.
online.
Yeah, and we met at the Spring Creek.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was back in July.
That was fun.
Yeah, and this will be
I
our.
like the speaker y'all had.
Oh, okay, Sharon Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah. And
How's
anyway,
how's the other lady doing that got up and talked? Is she?
is that
Oh,
She was.
Tanya? Were you
cancer.
talking about Tanya
Yeah.
York?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually she's on, but she has some health issues, so sometimes she's
Yeah.
on, sometimes she's not.
I knew she did because she got right up and talked about it.
Right. So, but we try to get together as often as what y'all want, and we appreciate your participating. And maybe someday you'll decide to join us.
Now, maybe I will one of these days. Absolutely. Well, I thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I'm gonna go mosey in there and see what's cooking on the stovetop.
Okay, then.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you.
Hello.
So
Y'all
we're
have a
gonna
great
close
one.
out. We're gonna close out the meeting, and before we do, we're gonna do a four-way test. All right, will you join me in stating the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do? First,
Is
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 it
it
the
the
true?
truth?
truth?
Second, is
Is
it
it
fair
Fair
to
fair
to
to
all
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 concerned?
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 Third,
Will
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 it
it
it build
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 goodwill
goodwill
goodwill and
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 better
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 friendships?
friendships?
friendships? Fourth,
Will
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 it
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 be
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 beneficial
beneficial
to
to
beneficial to
all
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 concerned?
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 And five,
Will
Will
it
will
it
it
be
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 fun?
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 Hey, I like to thank everyone who joined us on here. And if you have any questions, just reach out. You have a good night.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.